Happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday. Yeah, I wish it was Happy Friday. What an absolute shambles. Happy Sunday. Folks, it's a bit of a weird one going into Monday with a game on a Monday night. I'm not used to it. Keith here from Commander Hoop Celtic. I hope everyone's doing well. Hello to everyone on Facebook, hello to everyone on Twitter, and hello to everyone on YouTube. When you get nerves when you saying Happy Friday instead of a Happy Sunday night. Hope you're all doing well. Look at we're the last one to play in the cup before the draw is done. Obviously, Hibs, Hearts, and Rangers got through. So Celtic will be playing Dundee tomorrow on Premier Sports at Tannadice. Tough game. As the last time we went there, we won 3-0 in the league, and then we played them there about 6 weeks ago, and we beat them at Celtic Park. Look at they're not. It's not going to be an easy game tomorrow. No question about it. There's reports that Tony Watt is going to be injured, so you know. Oh yeah, that's the 93 to 95. A massive thank you to Magic Sponge for the jersey. So yeah, beast in it. Reminds you of the maestro. So folks, I'm going to talk about a few things for the next half an hour. Obviously, going to talk about Ange's 50 games in charge. I did talk about it the other day on the podcast on the Friday, but it was obviously during the day, so not a lot of yous were on. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the birthday boy John Clark as well. So if you do tune into the YouTube channel, I'm after doing a tribute video talking about John Clark and his career at Celtic, and then who do we play tomorrow? Most of all, who starts tomorrow for the Celts? Let us know how the picture quality is. Let us know how the sound is. Should be fine. How's it going, Raymond? Great to see you on as usual. Quad Treble, how's it going? Connell, great to see you on. Folks, wherever you're tuning in from, if it's Australia, New Zealand, America, Scotland, Ireland, please pop on, say hello, get your comments in. How he's feeling about tomorrow. Anyone going the game tomorrow up in Tannadice? As I said, it's a strange one, a Monday night match for Celtic, but we've had a few of them over the last couple of years. So let's just get it over the line and beat Dundee in their backyard. Some great moments in Tannadice over the years as well. We're going back to that iconic league winner, Jan Vennegoor Hesselink. Jan Vennegoor Hesselink with that header. You know, that helicopter Thursday, you want to call it, back in 2008. Unbelievable. Crystal clear. Great to hear. Crystal clear. I'm shouting on top of my voice, getting these lungs going. That's it. If you can all jump onto YouTube if you haven't, and give us a subscribe. Coatbridge, you'll have his at Paddy's Day Festival. Look at Paddy's Week coming up as well. So whatever he's up to, hope he's have a great one as well. But I think look at on the form after win against Livy, it's been a long week. It really has been a long week. There's have to be an Ange done a couple of interviews with Australian media, done one with Celtic TV, done one with obviously Cy Ferry and Slaney. Great. Give it a watch on the open goal, I have to say. Really enjoyed it. But Ange says like he was basically asked a question, do you go by the form of the player on a match day or the hard work in training? What if they're not turning up doing the hard work in training? And you're kind of stuck in two minds. He's like, well, it's the trust they put into the player. If they understand the system and they're playing good football on the pitch, it's hard to change it around. But he's not going to change the system anytime soon. He's going to go with the same system as he has for majority of the season, which is the 4-3-3 system. And if I was Ange tomorrow, I'm starting to feel Giakoumakis should start against Dundee. Obviously Charlie McGrew will be trying to get one over us, but and if Tony Watt does feature, which is a small chance he will feature, they'll be up for it tomorrow. But they're a decent team. They're organised. They've done well this season. Dundee United, they're pushing to get into the top six. So yeah, look, and then we have Ross County in the weekend as well coming up. That's a sellout at Celtic Park. And then the next home game after that is St Johnstone, which is a sellout as well. Then obviously we have between them games, there's an international break. And then when the international break finishes, we'll have Rangers at Ibrox, which, this is a massive, like every game till now is a massive game. We can't afford to drop points in this title running, as everyone knows. But I done a video. I done actually a post earlier on talking about 6 particular games that sticks out. 6 particular games that Celtic fans, I want to ask you is tonight on the podcast, is your favourite game out of them? So first of all, I'm going to talk about the first one, which is on the 3rd of October against Aberdeen. We beat Aberdeen at Bday 2-1. Jota's got the winner for us that day. Um, that was a massive turning point for Celtic for Ange's era as well, because before that we had actually a poor away form in the league, carrying over from Neil Lennon's disaster season. The season. Look at the end of the day, wish Neil Lennon the very best at Ammonia, Nicosia, wishing the best. At the end of the day, you want to see former players do well in their career. So I wish Neil Lennon does the very best in his managerial career in Cyprus. And then the second one that sticks out to me as well is the 96th minute winner against Ross County at Dingwall. 10 men down. Carl Stelford got sent off that night. It was never sending off. Okay. We digged in. Roldo got the header. Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable stuff. That was a massive, massive win. Because if we dropped points, there would have been question marks saying, "Oh Jesus, this is big 2 points dropped in the title race." That's when it starts feeling like a proper title race. Then, um, the third one that stuck out to me as well was obviously the Rangers game. The Rangers game in February. That Tate too. Abada scoring. That was a massive, massive win, and that made us top of the league. That was a massive, massive win. Um, Tate played unbelievable that day. He hasn't been at the races. He's still settling in. There's some fans would still starting tomorrow. I wouldn't start Tate tomorrow. I'd be going for Tom Rogic and Callum McGregor and Beaton in there. I'll be playing the strongest side we have. But I'll go through the starting lineup further into the podcast as well. I'm on my own tonight because Mick is a busy man, and my mate Gaz is busy as well. So I don't mind doing it on my own. It means I get through all the questions here as well. All these questions here from Stephen Bournes, from Football Master and Madzer. That's it. We'll get through these, as I said. Another one that sticks out for me is obviously the League Cup final. League Cup final obviously is the first bit of silverware we've won under Ange, under Callum McGregor as a captain as well as Celtic, permanent captain. The Kyogo final, another massive one. The Dundee United stoppage time winner sticks out as well. That was a massive lift in the title race as well. With Rangers dropping points to Ross County that day at Dingwall in that 3-3 draw. We came up the courts, 10 men down. Massive win at Celtic Park. The Livy one, it was a big win. The Livingston game was a massive win last week because we got over that hoodoo of not beating Livy. Yes, they were out of the league for so many years. I know people have said on the channel, but to not beat Livingston since 2007, we've have played them over 3 seasons, and we couldn't beat them. We got a couple of 2-all draws there, 0-all draws there, but like that's over and done and dusted. The biggest game for me, besides beating Rangers this season, I would have to say Aberdeen. Aberdeen 2-1 because getting that away form right, and since then we have been unbeaten in the league. Since that result, we have been unbeaten in the league, which is a massive one. A massive one. And when is Kyogo and Turnbull back? Kyogo should be back within the next 10 days. Hopefully he misses that Japanese squad. I don't know when the Japanese squad is going to be announced. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll look at that tomorrow. Turnbull this weekend. This weekend coming against Ross County. David Turnbull will be in the mix. I don't know if he's going to start because there's a serious midfield there. You got the likes of O'Reilly, Etate, Near Beaton in there, Tom Logic, Callum McGregor. So we've got a decent midfield in there, and it's going to be hard for Davey to get back into that squad. But he has the best stats at the club. People have been saying on this podcast. So let's see what happens. And I've talked about David Turnbull. Like David Turnbull, he's when he has played, he has scored hat tricks this season. You know, so pretty good stats. Like saying, look at that goal against Motherwell. at Fair Park, start of the season. Well, kind of Octoberish. What a goal! Probably one of the goals of the season. Don't know what's a better goal, that goal or Tate's goal. Tate's goal against Hearts, unbelievable. But I hope Davey does get in there, gets a string of football before the end of the season. He's going to be a crucial asset. Every player is going to be crucial. We need every player fit as they can, ready for selection for this Scottish Cup, for this league. As I said, potentially 11 games away from 2 trophies. 11 games away from the final. I think the final's on the 21st of March, or 21st of May. Sorry, 21st of May, Saturday. It's my little one's communion that day, so I won't be in hoops. I'm gonna have to go out and buy a Celtic toy, a nice grey suit, nice white shorts. So I'll be coming on to the podcast later on that night, absolutely cut. If we get to the Scottish Cup, you know. But let's look at. I'm not throwing all my eggs in one basket here. There's a lot of football to be played before then. So let's just get Dundee United over tomorrow. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a cup game, you know. It's away from home. It's against a good team. Yes, we went there earlier on the season. Tom Rogers scored. Davy Turnbull scored. Scale scored. It was a good game that day. Done really well. And their keeper had an absolute stormer. Seacrest, cracking keeper. If it was tomorrow between Scott Bain and Seacrest for number two, I'd depart Scott Bain. Well, he's at this sign a new contract. Scott Bain, put him as a number three and bring Seacrest in. I think Seacrest is a good keeper to have, a really good keeper, but he's not going to be Joe Hart. You know, Joe Hart's been, as I said in this channel many times, Joe Hart has been the signing for me this season, the permanent signing for me this season. Kyogo's been class. You can't take it away from Kyogo. Kyogo's been brilliant, but Kyogo is being out with injuries. And Joe Hart's been consistent. And the way he presents himself to the media, the way he gets on with the Celtic fans, you know, he's just enjoying his football. And it's great to see footballers enjoying the football, not thinking about any worries, not thinking of any speculation, not listening to any agents. Yes, he's 34 years of age, and we got a 2-year deal out, Joe. But what a signing! What a signing! You know, and he has the experience. You know, he's going. If we get this title over the line, like he's going to be a massive part of that with the clean sheets and being in that dressing room. And we don't know what the way he conducts himself as well on the training ground. I think Seagrass would be better than Joe Hart. There we go, folks. Daniel Mack. If you agree with Daniel Mack, get in the comments. Seagrass, I have to check the age of Seagrass. I think he's 26. Let me see. Seagrass. Let's have a look now. Ah, Jesus, the wrong person. It's going to the Dundee United squad. Have a look now. I'll go through the comments now in a second, folks. Let's have a look at the Dundee United squad. Let's see what age he is. I'm sure people have already comment. Should have went on the transfer market for this. But let's see. First team. Benjamin. What age is Benjamin? 6'5". Jesus, didn't know he was 6'5" now. Good luck. Unbelievable. But 6'5", that's a really good keeper. Yeah, you know, Carter Vickers has been class. No, look at, as we all know, Ange just talked about Jota and Carter Vickers saying that the Champions League is an incentive for players to stay at this club on a permanent. And there's no question about it. If you wanna make your name in Celtic folklore and play in the big European nights and have 60,000 behind you from week in and week out, why not Glasgow Celtic? Simple as that. It's no point going to Molyneux. You're not guaranteed you're going to be playing Europa League football for Wolves. It's no point going to Crystal Palace. You could be in a relegation battle. You're going to be playing with Edward. That would probably moan about not being happy at Celtic at the time. You know, so it's a no brainer for me. As I said, I've said this on the channel, and I'm not trying to repeat myself in these podcasts, folks. We're going to have some sort of money coming in just off former players alone. And I'm not getting me eggs in one basket. Someone did turn around and say on the channel the other night that I'm talking shit. Well, it's speculation, clearly speculation. And it's not talking shit if majority of papers are talking about it. Kieran Tierney is linked with a move to Real Madrid. Yes, he's captain with quality for Arsenal. No question about it. No question about it. And I think Arsenal should keep him and give him a long term deal. But if Tierney goes to Madrid, you're looking at 50 plus million. And we get a sell on clause there could be up to 10 to 12 million out of that transfer fee. So there you go. You're looking at saying right there, there's your Carter Vickers. You know, Moussa Dembele is linked with United. Look at this is all speculation. There's no facts to this. It's all speculation. You go onto Twitter, you see it all over the place. Dembele is linked with United. Dembele is not happy at Leon. If he goes to United, which would be a great move for him, even though United are on a bit of a weird spiral at the moment under Ragnick and the club's in a bit of a mess. But look at he's going to play European football for United. Could be Champions League, could be Europa, and it means that we'll get a sell-on clause out of that as well. Look at 25 million for Musa. Could be a bit more. I think it's going to be a bit more. I think Leon are going to hold their heels with this one, to be honest, if it happens. You know, I don't even know who was the last Scottish player to play for Real Madrid. You know, who was it? Was that any? Like, to be honest, not trying to be. Just can't think of any Scottish players that played for Real Madrid in recent times. But and then you're looking at Jeremy Frimpong. That could be linked with two Bundesliga teams at the end of the day. Yeah. The sell-on clause is only a kick in boot from the original fee. They need to calm down. Told you that, Keith. Sell-on clause, we can make money off it. We make money off it, as I said. Tierney, especially with Tierney coming through the Celtic youth system, they'll get some fee off that. You know, we just have to see what the situation is. It's all speculation. Might not, no one might not go anywhere, and we just have to focus on the most important thing: winning the league, getting that 30 million, and just to confirm, Scotland have an automatic spot now in the Champions League next season because of the coefficient of the Europa League, of the last result of Scottish teams in Europa League. So, which is a massive thing. Guaranteed. We weren't guaranteed 3 to 4 weeks ago, and people were saying, "Well, look at what you're saying is like we were guaranteed to start the season. Things change, coefficients change over the season, but we're guaranteed it, which is brilliant. So just have to do the right thing, and win the league. And it's not gonna be a walkover, as we know. We need to just get in there and take the last 8 games, which 5 of them should be at home with the split, where the fixtures working at the last 5. Well, the last eight games out of the season when the fixtures are done. Set on clause. Let me see. John Fox, 1976. He only played 1 game. Oh, there was a Scot there. I never. We need to get cut off this 25 million regarding Kieran. Not too much, mate. Trust me. Look at. Let's just see what happens. As I said, I'm not putting my eggs in one basket on it, but there is a chance that we could make some sort of money if Tierney goes to Madrid. If he goes, if Jeremy Frimpong goes to Madrid or Barca or Borussia or Bayern, we get still a sell-on clause with that, and the likes of Dembele as well. So, look, it's an extra few quid if we do get it. We can use on the squad, and I still believe we need to. I still believe that we need 2 centre backs in this window, which is Carter Vickers on the permanent and another centre back. Someone in the comments was saying about Julian playing tomorrow. It's a Scottish Cup quarter final. You know, like the boys haven't been playing in 7 days, and why should we change it? It's not broken. It's not broken. I wouldn't be changing it. I love Julian. Look at he has to play. He still has to play sometime. But no, I wouldn't start Julian tomorrow. I'd be going with Starfelt. I know I sound crazy. If you asked me that like literally 4 months ago, it would have been like, if Julian was fit then 4 months ago, I'd be like, I'll put Julian in. But look at his quality. He's just, there's no point changing something. There's no point of taking a massive gamble. Like he might go into the game and look at the last time we played Dundee United, what happened? I'm very superstitious like that. I 100% Andy. I think Jota is holding off to see if we win the league or not, and I don't. I understand that. I understand he is a foreign player and he is contracted to Benfica and he's probably looking at a couple of if there is options on the table. I can understand where he's coming from. Some players are just selfish in that way. They're just going to see what happens with the league. And look, he is happy at Celtic, but he's probably going to be listening to other offers as well. Centre half and a goalkeeper in the summer. A goalkeeper, even though we talked about Seacrest, his contract's up in the summer. Um, I don't think like I'm happy with Joe Hart. As I said, the only thing I don't like about Joe Hart is he doesn't make his presence big enough when it comes to set piece and corners. He has that fear of going in and going out and taking the ball. You go back to that moment Barkas played against St. Johnston and he came out with the ball. I was like, geez, he got the ball. No, it's not trying to rip into Barkas, but that was down to the inconsistency of the goalkeepers last season. Yes, Conor Hazard's gone on loan. Doolan is about to be sold to Tranmere at permanent. Don't know if that has gone through yet. Um, like we do need to clear out keepers, and Scott Bain is there as a Saluska, but I don't know, like Seacrest over Joe Hart. It's hard to say because Joe Hart has the experience and he's settled in well at Celtic. Like he's settled in well, and I'll have to go for Joe Hart in this one. Benjamin's a good keeper. He's quality. He's probably second best keeper in the league. Well, better than McGregor. But yeah, we have Big Julian, maybe a backup for him. Yeah, but like Julian has 1 year left in his contract, and I've done a video on this on the channel, folks, on YouTube. I was saying this about you, about yeah. Look at the only way we'd be match fit, shit himself coming out for the. That's it. He does, William. I completely agree with you. You know, KT goes for 60 million. We'll get 15%. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hopefully. As I said, if he doesn't go, he doesn't go. If he doesn't go, I want him to see him having the captaincy of Arsenal. I know I don't watch Premier League football, but he deserves that captaincy over Lacazette. Come on, like it's no brainer. He's been like I was curious yesterday. I was on YouTube yesterday, just typed in Kieran Tierney for Arsenal and then the football he's been playing for Arsenal over the last 2 years. Yeah, the team haven't been great, but the football he's playing as an individual, unbelievable. Pinging the balls like Xabi Alonso, unbelievable. Not a bother. Good thing for us is Benfica only have 4 wins in the last. Oh Jesus! I have it. Do you know what I'm thinking, folks? I'm thinking. I've been looking into this over the weekend. I'm thinking of going to Lisbon. I'm thinking of going to Lisbon in May for 2 days on my Toblerone. Thinking of going over for the 25th of May. I might go and see the Stadio Nacional. I've never been to Portugal before, so I'm looking into it. I'm looking into it. I'm gonna look into obviously going to see the Stadio Nacional. Massive thanks to Football Adventures. He done the video there recently, and I have to say, start getting emotional watching it. That holy grail of a ground where we won the European Cup. Happy birthday to John Clark, 81 years of age today as well. The brush, done a video on him. 318 appearances for Celtic, 3 goals for Celtic, 12 major honours. Only 4 caps for Scotland. Only 4 caps. You marked them. I was gonna say the Pele. Marked Pele in one of them games. So yeah. Well, don't sell him. Don't sell him. They gotta give him the captaincy and give him an improved deal. Hi Keith. I've heard people saying that Turnbull will struggle to get back in the squad. I think we need him back desperately. Oof. What do you think of this comment, folks? It's a good comment. It's a good point. In which way do we need David Turnbull in the middle of that midfield? Is it just the last few games you're kind of a bit concerned that we're not doing well? Like you're obviously seeing Beaton being put into the defensive midfield position, which he's playing outstanding there, and you got Callum pushing more attacking. What do you think? What do you think of that? That's a good point. I agree with you, Pales. That's a good point. David Turnbull, when he's playing, he's good. There has been games where he hasn't suited the Ange system, and there's been games where Tommy hasn't suited the Ange system. But Tommy's been class. He's been absolute class, and I still think Tom Rogers needs a long-term deal, another 2 or 3 years. Yeah, he's 30 years of age, but look how fit he's gone on the Ange. Now this is the fittest the team's been in about 4 years. So yeah, I don't know. Turnbull, I like Turnbull. I'm a massive fan of Turnbull. I was against the whole like David Turnbull went forced when he failed the medical. And I was like, look, what's the bit? Why are we making our deal out of this lad? And then done the homework. I was like, yes, we need this guy. This guy's pretty good. Like, come back at 17 goals. Like, he's pretty good. Yeah, you know, I just think he has offered more vision and a goal threat from the midfield. So does Atate. O'Reilly just needs a few more goals. Turnbull, domestic football, 100%. Like, obviously, we don't have we're out of Europe, so yeah, we do need David Turnbull. We need all the bodies we can available for selection. You're going to put David Turnbull in there instead of Sorrow and McCarthy. I think Ishmael Sorrow needs to go on loan. He needs to go on loan somewhere and or sell him. I think Turnbull gives you more defensive than Rogic. Um, yeah, he does. And plus, he can score a free kick as well. He's a good set piece taker. Good set piece taker as well. Definitely. 100%. There's 49 people watching, folks, on the likes of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If you haven't jumped on to Come on the Hoops on YouTube, please give us a subscribe. The many is have. Many regular people in here that comment on my videos on a daily basis. Thank you very much. Turnbull has some work. 100%. There's been games where he just looks lost, and there's games where he just bossed it. It's the same as Rogic. But we need that consistency in the midfield, and that's when you say to yourself, "Well, look, at Callum's a great servant, but is Callum a defensive midfielder?" Some games, yeah, he looks it. I think Beaton. I think this is if I had me way for the rest of the season, I would play Beaton defensive midfield if he's fit, and play Rogic and McGregor, and if I change it around, you got obviously go for a Tate and a Royd to come on, and Davy Turnbull. Davy Turnbull should be in contention for the Ross County game. So yeah, Tommy Rogic, look at Tom has been outstanding. He really has. Like 247 games for Celtic, 47 goals, 49 assists, the treble winner in Hampden in May 2017. That goal against Aberdeen gives me the shivers even talking about it. You know, what a man. Definitely needs a new deal. If you asked me this question last season, I would have been, nah. Yeah, he's a bit of magic about him, but he looks fitter than ever. So this is the best I've seen Tom Rogers play football since Ronnie Doyle's last season, and he was unbelievable that season. The goals he was scoring. I remember that goal against Kilmarnock in the green jersey, the pinstripe one, the remake of the 83. Was it the 80, 81, 83 jersey? How's it going, Timothy? Hail, Keith. Happy Paddy's Day on Thursday. Are you giving us all a blast of only a Rivers Run Free? I'm on YouTube, but I can't, obviously can't play music in the background for copyright. So maybe another time. Donald, what game do you think is the most important? What game do you think will be tricky? Every game. Not trying to be smart in any way. I just think every game's going to be tricky. Every team are going to have this park the bus and, irritate players and, get the ref against us. And that's the way football works. And yet again, another penalty for that team today again. How many penalties did he get? More penalties than Russia these days. No word of a lie. Tough game. Got to start Giakoumakis in my opinion. Celtic and Ukraine. Thoughts are with the Ukrainian people at the moment. We're not going to talk about politics in the page, but we thoughts are with the Ukrainian people, especially the ones in Kiev as well, under a bit of bombshell at the moment from the Russians. Giakoumakis for me tomorrow, 100%, 100%. Agree with you. Thanks for the comment. I think with Kyogo back as well, it gives Jota and Abada more chances because his runs will keep keep defenders focused on something else. Link will play with them. You can't wait for him back. I know, I just can't wait to see Smile. He just brings the energy. Him and Joe Hart are bringing so much energy to the fans this season, haven't they? Of course, Jovanovic as well. Jovanovic, there's another permanent signing. He's been an unsung hero in my eyes. Jovanovic, he's came in there and done an absolute job. Utility player, left back, right wing. Definitely being class. So Hold on. Let's ban this spam. There we go. When will we Forest get a testimonial? He deserves a testimonial. John Paul Dykes talked about this. Paul John Dykes. Sorry, Paul John Dykes, not John Paul Dykes. Paul John Dykes talked about this on his channel a few weeks ago. Shout out to Celtic Stay in Mind, phenomenal YouTube channel. They were talking about a testimonial, and he deserves a testimonial. You know, he's over 20 honours for the club. Over 20 honours, as far as I remember. You're going like James at the scoring in 13 seasons for Celtic, senior. Unbelievable. He deserves a testimonial. Who would he play against? That's the thing. Who would he play against? You'll always remember his debut against Motherwell. Came on from McGeady, lobbed the keeper. Made a show Craigan in the defence. You know, Peter Lawwell let the liquidation freaks freak out in the main. It's good for us. Would you take the option to buy out Maeda's loan? He's gonna come at the end of the season anyway, subject to getting him on the permanent anyway. So yeah. Is the Celtic match on TV tomorrow? Yeah, it's on Premier Sports. It's on Premier Sports tomorrow. I like Maeda. His work rate is brilliant. You know, I like Maeda. Big fan of him. As I said, I think a lot of people are on the jury's still out for him. But he's scoring goals. He's working hard. Played well on the left. You know, like doing well up front. Jackham doing well against Livy. So yeah, I'm a Maeda fan. You know, I think he's done pretty good settling in so far. I think they will. I think they will. Ange has worked with him at Yokohama, so I could see. You know, he's talked good about him. I could see him signing him on a permanent. You know, he's done well so far. Quarter 8 kickoff. Don't know if I want us to keep him made. He scored goals, but he's put shift in. But technically, IQ, he's inferior to Kyogo. Look, I think Maeda will play on the left and Kyogo will play up front. Or Kyogo might play on the right, and you get to see the likes of Giacomakis in. Not forgetting about Abada, not forgetting about Jota. There's so much options there when you get Kyogo in the mix as well. Play Kyogo up front, play him on the right, play him on the left. It's just I can't wait for him to come back. You know, buzzing for it, buzzing for it. James, he does not want one. Don't know about that. We'll have to need James, the quiet man. You could see what happens. Play the whole season and then that's it. Like that's it. As I said, I'm saying this on the channel, I've said this about 10 times at this right now. I feel like I'm repeating the same stuff in this podcast some of the times. Lads, he's played a full J League season. Full J League season. Like give him a bit of slack, you know. And I guarantee you, still be running around like a good thing tomorrow, chasing everything down, winning those throw-ins, everything. So it has to be for me. I give him the permanent. Um, I I've said on the channel, I don't know about giving Jamesy a new deal. I love James Forrest. I still think yes, he turned up against Livy, but I think James Forrest is 1 in a 10 game player at the moment. You know, you don't know what you're gonna expect. Like I love James Forrest. You can't take away he's almost played 500 games for Celtic. Almost 500 games. If he gets that deal, he'd be just below. If he was to play a full season next season, not be injured, and start the games, you're looking at 480 games. You know, not a lot of them do it. Not a lot of them do it. You know, so I have to say I'm a fan of Maeda, and I think he will play tomorrow. Though I want Giacomakis to start, but you could play Maeda on the left, play Jota on the right, or Abada in there, or Jamesy. It's good options. You know, it gives you a headache even talking about, which is great. And you're going back to like October where we were lacking options, and the Dembele could be in the mix tomorrow as well. Mikey Johnston, you know, there's available players, and we're still waiting on Davy Turnbull to come back. But Ange said it on his press conference on Thursday. He's not ready for Dundee. He's not ready for Dundee. So I want to ask you this question. I'm not jumping the gun. I'm just ask you a simple question tonight on the podcast. I'm optimistic we will beat Dundee tomorrow. I think it's going to go to extra time, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be 2-1 after extra time. Who would you like in the semi-finals if Celtic are successful? Who would you like in the semis? We have Hibs, we have we have Hearts. Hibs beat Motherwell today. Rangers beat Dundee today. I don't know who Hearts were playing. I didn't keep an eye on that yesterday. Who would you want? Who would you want in the semi-final? Do you want a Glasgow derby? Do you want Hearts? Do you want Hibs? But we have a massive task tomorrow to play Dundee United in Tannadice and beat that first. But look, there's no harm asking the question. No harm. The Sefco, the Sefco. uh, James Forrest's 30, in my opinion, still young to retire. But what? But you gotta look at we have a Bada that's 20. Got a Bada that's 20. That's been outstanding. 14 goals this season for the Bada. And Dembele, Dembele as well could be getting a new contract. The dirty slugs. One of the Embrasites. Someone asked me today who would I like in the semis, and I said I would like to get Hibs in the semi and let them get the Daya cream buns in the other semi. And if they do get through, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. To be honest, I'm getting two games ahead of myself because we have a massive challenge tomorrow. I wouldn't mind getting them in the final. But let's play Dundee United, and hopefully I won't have to look at this tomorrow and say, Jesus, what was I thinking saying that? Putting jinx. You know, that's it. Just cheap cream buns that can afford a bus fare to Glasgow. Someone said that to me. Someone said that to me a few months ago. I know, a typical Dublin. I'd even think of that in that aspect, and I was like, oh Jesus. But someone's asking up there in the comments about the whole expecting the boys to be firing tomorrow. I don't know. Like we could go out there and smash them 2 or 3-0, or it could be a case where they score against us and we're on the ropes trying to get back into the game, and we get back into it. It's 1-1 and goes into extra time. Oh Jesus! And we all remember the last time we played Dundee in extra time at Hampden. We beat them 4-3, and then the last time we played Dundee in a penalty shootout, Arthur Boric. Remember that? Do you remember that? Was it a Thursday night? It was a Wednesday or Thursday night. Do you remember that? 2009. Scott McDonald scored the winner for us. Boric scored. Willie Flood. Oh, Jesus, Willie Flood. Oh, Willie Flood. Oh, that was a cracking match that night. I remember watching that on Satanta Sports. It's a search for Celtics. Well, that's it. It's all about the ching ching, innit? What what penalty did it? Boric took a penalty that night. Boric took a penalty, scored. Saluski was in goal for Dundee United. Right corner, actually right top corner. He actually think it hit off the crossbar and in. Al Arthur. What a man, the holy goalie. Favourite Celtic keeper of all time. Obviously loved Fraser Foster. Loved Fraser. Loved David Marshall. Loved Dave. I was a big fan of David Marshall. You know, but Arthur. Arthur was just my favourite Celtic keeper of growing up as a Celtic fan. Celt- Second ever Celtic player I met was Arthur Boric on his birthday as well. Again, the day we played AC Milan at Celtic Park, 2007. Can always remember it. It was his birthday that day. My aunt turned around and said to me the next day, "Oh, it was actually his birthday yesterday." I was like, "Why not? Why should not say that?" Treble this year, 11 games. Well, look at the moment, you've 9 games to contest, and if we can get over the line tomorrow, we're into the semis. It's possible. We have a strong squad. We're building momentum. We're getting players back. We're top of the league. We've won the cup, one cup. We have the experience of playing in a domestic cup and winning it. So why not? Why not? But look let's just no disrespect to Dundee United. We have to go out there and play against a real organised team. And as I said, I don't think it's going to be an easy one tomorrow. Did you dye your hair? I've been going grey since about 28 and 31 now. No, I only got into football in my mid-teens, to be honest with you. Wasn't big into it when I was younger. The World Cup 2002 changed it all for me. Obviously, when Ireland got to the World Cup, that historic draw against Germany, beating Saudi Arabia, getting that draw against Cameroon as well. I always remember that the opening game, Matt Holland, and then obviously watching the Seville final in the yellow jersey. So I'm thinking semi-finals with them. Let them go to the semi-finals, and look, it doesn't really bother us at the end of the day. We shouldn't really give a shit about it, to be honest, because if they're too busy chasing a trophy that they're not going to win, they're not going to win it. The stronger teams in that. Yes, they done well against Dortmund, but they keep getting penalties. You know, they're playing that football. We're focused on winning their games, and that's the most important. They're not they're chasing all cylinders. Oh, do you remember that against Moscow? Spartak Moscow. Was it Pavlyuchenko that missed the penalty against them, wasn't it? Was it Pavlyuchenko that missed the penalty against him that night at Celtic Park? And that was the night. Was that the night where he had a bust up with Taylor? No, not Taylor, Naylor. He had a bust up with Naylor. I remember I was away in Turkey for that game. We were away for the 2 weeks in Turkey. We drew 1-1 like over at Spartak. Paul Hartley scored a cracking header that away in Moscow. Remember that? Always remember that. Win the league, rest the bonus, 4-1 up the Celts. Let's see. If you had to pick a group stage for the Champions League next season, what teams would you like to see at Paradise? Good one. Good one. Liverpool, first of all. Obviously, the sad Liverpool connection there. Um, I'd say it's going to be Barcelona probably again. We always get Barcelona. And then probably Bayern Munich. So Liverpool, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. The group of deaths. But never look at. We'll see what the situation. Just be happy to get there. But let's just win the league first. I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. No, but it's a good question. Thanks for the question. We'll take the treble. Look at win the treble, and I mean this, folks. I don't care if people are going to disagree with me or agree with me in this one. If we win the treble this season, it's going to be the best treble win that we've done in the last 20 years, even ahead of Martin O'Neill's treble. Martin O'Neill's treble was good. Obviously, people were like, "Oh, he's going to come in, win the league." We never thought we were going to win the treble. You know, Brendan Rodgers trebles, cracking. But like, if we go on to do a treble with Ange in his fourth season, and after playing European football post Christmas as well, without a doubt, what a season! What a season! You just keep saying, "I'm proud of the boys. I'm proud of the boys." This is moments like this. You're proud to be a Celtic fan, but it's not all about glory. As much as we all want to win trophies, it's about just be coming back from that pain and Celtic delivering the goods. As I said at the start of the podcast, them wins at Easter Road, that win at Livy, that win at Aberdeen to end it away bad form. They were the big wins. Obviously beating Sheriff. That'd be more of Europa League. That's a Europa League group right there. Sheriff are a good team. The Moldovan team. They're not a bad team. They beat Real Madrid. Wolfsburg. I have a Wolfsburg jersey in the cupboard in there. It's nice jersey. Techno kind of looking jersey. But I don't support German football teams, folks. I'm not into Borussia Dortmund or St. Pauli. Look, I know a lot of people have the connection. I don't support German football. Like I don't support League of Ireland. I think it's great that the League of Ireland is getting recognition, starting to get more people going to and I will go to League of Ireland, but I don't support a particular team. It's just down to this is the team I support, and I can't pick a team in Dublin because of so many Celtic fans that support Bows, that support Rovers, that support Shells, support Pats, and I don't want to pick a team. I'm happy with Celtic, and that's the way it is. So I've said this many times, Love to see the zombies get. No, it's out. So where is the Europa League final anyway? Where is it? Is it Azerbaijan? No, it's not. It's not Baku, is it? Where is it? Where is the Europa League final? Gdansk? Is it Gdansk? I don't know. Don't really care, to be honest. They won't be there anyway. Won't be there. Right, so my starting lineup for tomorrow will be Hart and goal. Gonna go with Jovanovic. Gonna go with Taylor, Starfelt, Carter Vickers, Beaton. Wait, is that Beaton? Beaton, Cal, Tommy, Jamesy Forrest. Going with Jamesy tomorrow. As much as we all love Abada, we all love Abada, you know. They're from Moldova. They're from Moldova. Sheriff. Well, they're a part of well, with that particular part where they're from, consider themselves as their own little state. They don't want to be a part of Moldova. They want to be part of a kind of Russia. So yeah, there's a good video on what's it called? HIT sevens. He does a video talking about Sheriff, you know. So yeah. So yeah. As far as I know. I think it's Albania. Doesn't really matter. That's the was not it was is Albania not for the Conference League final? Seville. Seville. There you go, folks. Seville. There's where it is. It's in the Sevilla Stadium. It's at the coming back there. It's in Sevilla Stadium. Apologies. Apologies. Timbuktu. See. Right. So yeah, going with Jamesy, going with Moyeda, and I'm going with Chakamakis. Bring Jota off the bench. Bring him off. Bring him on if you want. Bring him on. Bring him on. You know. Yeah, it's in Seville, but it's not in the stadium where Celtic contested the UEFA Cup final. It's in Sevilla Stadium because they've won it so many times. I think they've won it 5 or 6 times. They hold the most Europa League titles. You know. That's it, John Clark. John Clark's birthday, 84th birthday. Have a look at the video done. Not gonna lie, it just felt a bit emotional. When I talk about the Lisbon Lions, I always think of obviously like Jim Craig and John Clark that are still around, still in great health, and they're saying their teammates sadly passed away, like of dementia and other diseases and stuff. It's just sad, like look at Chalmers and look at McNeil that passed away literally a week between each year. It's very sad. I'm not here to talk about them. I don't really care, to be honest. Like Morelos probably or Kent. Um, imagine if they won't. They won't. They're not going to win it. Like folks, calm down. I know there's a possibility. But look, who cares? It's all about us winning the league title. It's all about us winning the Scottish Cup in May 24th. Let's take Dundee tomorrow and look at Dundee. I think Dundee will score against us tomorrow at Tannadice. It's not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. He's trying to grow back, far as I know. He needs to get rid of that. He needs to get rid of that headband. It looks bleeding ridiculous on him. It really does. But at the end of the day, it's what he wants to do. Jota's been a good servant for Celtic this season. Yes, he was injured for 6 weeks, but he's done pretty decent. Done pretty decent since he came in. So yeah. Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna and actually end the stream now in 2 minutes anyway. So I'm gonna think of actually doing one tomorrow night for the game. I'm gonna do a obviously build up to the game before the quarter 8 kickoff, and then I might do one during the game. Sorry, folks, the internet went off there for a second, but we'll see what the situation is anyway. So please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. There's 50s watching the live tonight. Really appreciate it on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. Keep the comments coming through, and I will get this Feed the Bear throwback player done. I'm gonna have to get Roy Aiken done. I'm gonna get it done this week. I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I've done John Clark tonight. I will be doing it. So the plan is to get Roy Aiken done, Kenny Dalglish, and Alan Thompson. So there is a folder in the channel. Come on, the Hoop channel, Legends and Icons. Go and have a look at. There's like 24 of them done. There's Paul McStay's done there and there. Arthur Borges done. Jiggy Johnston, Caesar, Chalmers, Stillian Petrov when I've done a Larson one, but I need to remake it because I made a balls of it. John Hartson's done, Chris Sutton's done. I've done a few, done a few. So yeah, everywhere we go, watching Glasgow Celtic. Yes. Oh, I wish I was going to that game tomorrow. I wish I was going, but I'm working. Sadly, sadly. I'm off on the Wednesday. I'm off on the Thursday, and I'm off on the Friday. So we're all on Paddy's Day, folks. We're all on Paddy's Day. You never know. I might go live one of the nights. We'll see what the situation is. See, do Tommy Gemmell, of course. We're gonna have to do one about the man, one of the men that scored in Lisbon. Of course, I'm gonna, as I said in the video earlier on. I know you probably haven't seen it yet. I'm planning to do all the Lisbon lines before the end of the year. That's the plan. I've done the Bertie Auld one. I've done two Bertie Auld ones. Um, I say the hardest one I've done is Billy McNeil. Talking about Billy McNeil, I've done the Billy McNeil one. Obviously, the day he passed away, and I'd say that was the hardest YouTube video I've done by a mile. I was putting on the show. That's it. Putting on the show. Let's just win. Let's just take that let's just take that league title back. As I said, we have domestic cup business to attend tomorrow. Let's get that over and done it, and then we can focus on Ross County. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, folks. There's no harm. You are asking me the questions about league titles and how far do you think? Someone said, "What's the toughest game we're going to have in the title race?" Every game's going to be tough. We're not like as much as we could have five home games left out of 8 potential games. Well, it is 8 games. I think the home games are going to be the worst ones out of the away games because the pressure. If we're drawing nil all at half time, people are going to start getting excited, be like, "Oh shit, we better score!" That's it. Like there's going to be that anxiety and then the tension. But Ange has experience. He's won titles. Yes, it's not Scottish football, but he has the experience. Joe Hart has experience. Callum has experience. Like we'd be fine. We'd be fine. We'd be grand. We'd be grand. Just go out there. At the end of the day, we've won one trophy. We're now in March. We're in the title race. We're top of the league with 3 points. Looking down on them. Hopefully by the end of the season, after getting the league title back, we'll be looking down at them. We'll be like the Empire State Building, looking down at ants at this rate because they be feeling that low. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. You know, yeah, this is the first time in 3 years the Irish people are allowed to go out to the pubs and actually run show, run the show. I don't know what I'm doing for it. So family coming over from Scotland, looking forward to it. Yeah. So Ross County next week will be massive, of course. Ross County have done well on the Malky. They're doing pretty decent, and they were in the rollover Open Dingwall as well. So you know that's it. Well, look, folks, massive thank you yet again for coming on tonight. Really appreciate it. If you go back over this video, you hear me saying at the start of the video, "Happy Friday." Getting ahead of myself because I'm used to doing it on a Friday night, thinking of the weekend already. Well, I really appreciate it, folks. It just is strange to come on a Sunday night and obviously talk about a game going into the Monday. It's just weird. So really appreciate the support, folks. These are all legends, and do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. For the ones that have, thank you very much again. These are absolute blessing. These are our blessing. So roll on tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow night for the game. Tune in 7 o'clock. We talk about the match, the starting lineup, and what we're going to think. Hail, hail. Love you all the bits. Take care. Legends.